Hey, what's up, guys? So I want to make a really quick video on IMRX. I know a couple people traded this, and I want to do a quick lesson. I also feel bad because, um, I know that I'm always saying, I don't see anything, that piques my interest, and I really do know what it's like to feel like that because my best mentor that I was ever with, when I was in his room, the dude was super selective, and it used to drive me nuts because I'm not even joking. I was probably in his room for, I don't know, a month or two where he literally did not take a trade because it was shit stocks, and that's where he's the guy that helped me figure out my red flag criteria, taught me how to trade gap and extension, all that kind of stuff. But the best part about it was he's the guy that I was with when I started making the most money, and the reason I truly believe that he was the one that made me make the most money is because he taught me that you have to let the stocks come to you. You don't go chasing every single stock. And that was something that I really value that he taught me, and that's why I'm trying to teach it in this. I'm going to start making the videos here soon because I have a I don't know. I have a belief that I really do believe that a lot of Discord communities are the reasons that people do not ever become successful at trading. Because when there's nothing that's worth trading at all, and people are out there like, oh, hey, this is popping, that's popping, this is popping, that's popping. It's a bunch of junkies together just throwing random shit out there, and like it gets people, especially beginners, all hyped up and excited, and oh my god, I'm gonna miss out, I'm gonna miss this, I'm gonna miss that. Then you have people talk about how much money they make and all this shit, and it's just like it's just a horrible environment, and that is not what I want to make here. I wish that there was more stocks that I could tell you guys like, hey man, I would absolutely be playing this. We didn't have too bad of a week last week. This week has been just shit, but last week and the week before wasn't horrible, at least not that I remember. But I want to teach you guys how to actually trade, and really, that's when I started making the most money. Was when I was just calm, and I let things come to me, and I was very selective. So, on IMRX, how I would have traded this, I would not have traded this on the first day. Why? Well, like I say that, but I mean this thing is stupid extended. If this would have hit $4 and had stuff out at $4, I probably would have traded it. I would trade it on smaller size though because one of the things IMRX, I don't like the institutional ownership. It doesn't have SSR, so that's good. It's got a decent amount of float, but that means that 8 million shares is owned by institutional ownership. You can definitely manipulate a lot of shit, and they don't need any money. So for me, I don't know. It's not the best play, but at the same time, if something goes from $1.80 and hits $4, yeah, dude, I'm not gonna call it out in the room. That's another thing is like I hope you guys don't think that this is shitty of me or not, but there might be a trade where I post a chart. I think I've done it a couple times where I'm like, yeah, I did. I took this or I took that, but I'm not calling out for the room because I don't think that it's a trade that people that are still trying to find their consistency should be trading, and so I'm just not going to call that one out. I'm only going to call out the trades that need to be focused on and dialed in on, and so that's just my preference. But for me, how I would have traded IMRX if I did, I'd go from here to the low, and you didn't get there. I would not have touched any of this shit at all. This is all front side. I'd only be looking for this. But once this made a topping, the ceiling, you see something like this, literally a couple cents away from that. If somebody took that and they got short right at the fell of this, I wouldn't have been upset with that. That would have been a good trade. The best trade, though, would have been this trade. Go from high of day, just had a fake breakout on the highest volume of the day, easy. Easily the highest volume of the day, right? I would have drawn on this, went to where it bounced, and I would have taken this. That's how I would have traded that. That for me, honestly, is the best trade right there. And you could have had a good trade over here, you know, take some off, got stepped out, or had like the top tick. But the easiest like give you trade for me is right here. You could have also got in here, but so that would have been another valid trade, risking a high of day, this risking a high day. Obviously the best one would have been this. And then would have faded down. And the last lesson that I did was telling the person that for me, if I got in here at 325, I'm not covering anything at 313. I'm not covering stuff 10 cents away. It's not worth. It's literally not even worth it to me. I would be in full size to either here or end of day. And really, it would have been the same damn thing. So I would have been full size, say 325 to 280. Still, I mean, like that. Okay, yeah, that's a good trade. That's what I would have done, especially with this giant volume right here. I want to say that I would bet my house that it's not going to go over that, but I would say there's a pretty good. Pretty good chance that's not going to go over. Sorry, guys. But, anyways, I wanted to send you guys a quick little thing. And, like I said, let the stock come to you. Don't be going and chasing all these stocks. Like I said, I'm in a few different chat rooms. And, like, that's the craziest thing to me. It really blows my mind of how many stocks get brought up that should never be on people's radar at all. And I'm just like, dude, beginners don't know the difference. They don't have their rules set in, and that kind of shit right there is that's what's gonna chip away your account. And then you have to keep on funding in money, and then it's gonna chip it down, refund, chip, and like, man, you go through, like, I remember going through that stage, and that's probably 2 years really of just I would do good, and then I start chipping away, and then I have to refund it, and but once I finally started getting selective and just really just not caring, that's when everything kind of clicks. And that's what I'm trying to help you guys out with. And hopefully you guys can learn from all this stuff.